was a member of parliament, I walked the streets of town a lot. And of course, when I was young in the 70s, the same thing as well. So I always knew that town needed a facelift from the last time it got a facelift, which is years ago. And the first thing we did was put out a term of reference to see who we can engage to assist us in coming up with a game plan for town. And Mr. Eric van Putten was the one that was chosen. And I'm going to leave it up to him to explain what he did and how far he's come. But this is the last part of our engagement, the public engagement. Today, we're going to just give you a review of the ideas we have. The concept is not final until you have your input. So we're going to have Mr. Van Putten give you an update of who he spoke to, the ideas he have, and after that, we'll open the floor to allow everyone to provide criticism or suggestions, which is a lot more needed. And then at the end of this, once we've pulled all the information from this group together, we will then come up with a full master plan with everything that we received and then present it to the country, the island, and then of course it will go out for bidding again for it to be executed. The pinnacle part of this time, this second decades load beautification plan is that once it is final, the idea is to have a city manager to look after it so that we don't have this issue again, to maintain its beauty and luster. I see in the audience some families that lived in town. I know my mother grew up in town in the beginning, the Walter Plants area. I see some vendors, and I see some people in the community that don't live in town, but of course would like to make sure that their capital becomes part of something magnificent. So with that, I will now like to give the floor over to Mr. Eric van Putten. He's going to do a presentation. Hold your questions, write down your notes, and at the end, we will engage with you and get your valuable input. Thank you.
Phases, because everybody wondering, Van Putten, you get a job in December, we're in June, what's going on? To educate people to understand, it's a phased project. So phase one was meeting with the board, going over the ideas, going over what's the possibilities. That's the publication board. Then I met with this is the IMA. I met with the IMA, we did a presentation explaining the situations, what can be done, their concerns, their ideas, and what's the possibilities. Then we move into phase two. Phase two, what I try to do is get the students involved. Since Sundial School is in town, and my sister is a school teacher, Corinne Legere, she works at Sundial School. I reached out to the school to get 11 of the exam students involved in the data, to give me the data collection. So what I did, I got 11 phones, and I give the students each a phone, and they walk through from Front Street to Back Street to Canegita Street to Camille Street to the Pondfield and the boardwalk. So I had a quick presentation with the school explaining them what I need everybody to do. So everybody understands, people ask me, Philipsburg is just Front Street, Back Street? No. Philipsburg actually starts from the harbor area. If you look at the screen, it starts from the harbor area right back to the Prince Bernard Bridge, going back to the old Great Bay Hotel. So if you see in this graph here, all of the red areas, those are students who I had walking in every street, and I had them meet each other. So I actually had them walking with the phone, left and right, making video, and afterwards give me the data. So actually, because the third phase is the data. Basically, I'm checking how many jewelry stores, how many residential business, how many restaurants. And with that data, we're going to include to do the master planning. So this is still in the data collection. So after I got some goodies for the students. There's the exam students. Some of the students want to study architecture. So I told them, no problem, when you finish school, you could come to my office so you can learn a little, how to draw. So this is the same data control. My father's a taxi driver. So I said, Daddy, bring me your bus, So I take my father's bus, and I pick up the students, drop them by Diamond Casino, drop the other one by Paper Garden, and then met in the middle by Oranje schools. So then I pick them up, and I bring them back to the school. So moving forward in my ideas, after speaking to so many people from town, one of the major concerns is police control. Police, I mean, it's at the police station right there, and to me, the police officers are doing more control on cars rather than walking through Philipsburg and actually checking safety, because we had numerous of robberies. So my idea is, in order to bring back vibrant, bring back culture, bring back ideas back into Philipsburg, we need more police patrol throughout all the streets, walking through up and down town to make people feel safe. In the same area is the crosswalks on the Palmville. Today, I've been up since 4 o'clock, talking to myself, planning this whole thing. So I speak the right things, so everybody understand, and I walk today, front street, back street, and I add more stuff into my presentation today. So in the crosswalks area, we want to paint them more so people could see what's going on, so you could walk, because sometimes you walk in and cars have no respect. But what we're trying to implement as well, maybe have some cameras in that area so people are going to respect and know they're going to see somebody is watching, so they won't just drive full pass. On Front Street, after speaking to Sapphire Jewelers, speaking to both chance areas, it's a lot of elderly people walking, no wheelchair, people are falling, so we're trying to make it more wheelchair accessible so people feel more comfortable, because a lot of elderly people here, as my uncle Flan in the back there in the orange shirt, that are on wheelchairs, that have no access in walking through and moving through Philipsburg. So yesterday was my first time they have a new whiskey place in town, Lux Bar. And I was there 5:30 having a drink, and I asked the lady, what time you close? She said, I closing in 10 minutes because I ain't seen outside here because it's dark and they ain't got no police. Just last week, some people mugged me. So lighting is one of the most important things to brighten up Philipsburg. I was in Brazil, I was in Colombia, and the whole town, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you have police officers walking through town. And here in town, 6 o'clock, police station there, with no police. So we really need to have more police and more lighting to light up the area so people feel comfortable. And also is road signs. We're trying to do road signs because the future idea, hopefully, in the future we get our Great Bay Hotel back, which in the grapevines I'm hearing they won the court case of Planet Hollywood coming soon. So we get that influx of tourist traffic walking through from Great Bay straight to the whole town. But it don't make sense if we don't have no signs directing into Philipsburg. It don't make no sense if we don't have no lights. It don't make no sense if we don't have police officers walking the road so the tourists feel comfortable walking from Great Bay to Front Street. So this, moving into now some of my ideas after speaking to numerous people in town on what we plan to do and on the advances. Pastagram Hotel. I think this is a monument. I was hearing in the grapevines that it was being bought, but I think the government need to find some money, put it together, and get our hotel back. It's a monument, and it's been there from, I think, 2017? Okay. So because one thing I believe that Simpson may have over us is maybe more hotels. Besides that, they don't have nothing. But we don't have no hotel. We don't have the overnight tourists. We don't have the overnight tourists staying in Philipsburg. So if we get Planet Hollywood going, if we get Pastagram going, we can have more tourists, we can have more night stays, people going to the restaurants, spending more money, the bars open, police walk on the road. I feel safe, the place light up. And then you have events. I just realized last week, every Tuesday in Marigot, they got events. Why we don't get events on Sundays when we have no tourist ship, have events going on to get people in town. Not only tourists, but I like to go out sometimes, so get some events Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to have more life bring in Philipsburg. So you have the store owners can feel comfortable because we have light, we have safety, and what we're going to talk next is about parking. But if we have events, that alone, the store owners, the merchants, they're going to feel comfortable to have the store open, so we bring more life into Philipsburg. All right, this one hurt my heart. These pictures taken today. These pictures are taken today. Garbage. This is back street. This is back street. This ain't last week. This ain't last month. This morning, I add more pictures into my presentation. And I'm surprised that Philipsburg, when I went to school in Rhode Island, people say, where you from? St. Martin. Where St. Martin is? All they know is Jamaica. They know Haiti. They don't know where St. Martin is. And when you hear about St. Martin, you hear about PHILIPSBURG, St. Martin. You don't hear about Simpson Bay, St. Martin, you hear about PHILIPSBURG, St. Martin. But why PHILIPSBURg is a dumping ground for garbage? We have to have more control, much more control in PHILIPSBURg for the whole garbage area. I see for myself, while speaking, 6 o'clock, if you go after this presentation, walk through town. 6 o'clock, all of the garbage is on town, on Front Street in different areas. I don't know who is in control of the garbage collection, but we need to have specific times. 6 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock afternoon, and in the evening, 6 o'clock. Have these scheduled times that people come and pick up garbage, not to leave garbage in the alleys, in the corners. And our town, look what's in the dump. Next area I want to speak about is, yesterday again, I just been in town. I've been in town speaking to so many tourists. I met a tourist, and she'd been coming to St. Martin for 35 years. And she told me, and I said, listen, I'm doing a beautification project. I want to read the table now. She said, no, St. Martin, PHILIPSBURG is so nice, but all my friends from Simpson Bay, they don't want to visit me because they have no parking. When she showed them pictures of the boardwalk, of the beach, they even don't know where it is. We have the beach. I think one thing my mother always tell me, if you don't manage it, you're going to lose it. If you don't manage your health, you're going to lose it. If you don't manage your wife, you're going to lose her. If you don't manage St. Martin, what's going to happen? We need to manage what we have. It's so important. Manage what you have. So these areas are a lot of the old buildings. This was the lady. I took these pictures today. So the lady told me a lot of buildings are old. Now, the situation is we have a lot of private-owned buildings, not only government buildings. So I believe government can get involved with NRPP came here in 2017 to fix the hurricane situation. Let we have some joint communication. We can't fix everybody building, but we can fix the exterior so they don't look like an eyesore. At least do the structure, do the exterior. So when you're walking, when a tourist is walking from Future Planet Hollywood to town, you don't see this. This is in front of Aranya School. This is in front of Aranya School. And this is higher up before water plants. I take these pictures today. Not last week, not last month, not 2017, today. Both the ring road, because I don't know why you think I'm talking about town, PHILIPSBURg, only care about Front Street. The ring road, the Pond Phil, everybody will be jumping up for Carnival. So ring road is a whole new other area that in the future, I know they have big plans for it, but for now, what it's being used for, well, it's good. They have a little circus, another Guyanese, did a culture event, the choral event. So it's good events to bring people out in the evening time to at least bring some life back to St. Martin. On the other section above, the next one, I was looking for parking areas. This is more uptown, and I think this is a monument. They have an old cistern here on top of it right now. They have like private parking. You could park there for like $2. So I'm looking for areas that we can have certain parking, not only in the main area, but also higher uptown in certain areas. So I was walking throughout town, trying to locate in the master plan where we could have parking, where we could have maybe a stage, where we could do more greenery. Moving forward. Nowhere in the world you're going to have your national bird neck missing. I think the pelican is our national bird, right? Anyway, it will be a bad omen or something, like your neck missing. I mean, we have to care what we have. You know, we have to have love. Understand? I think we lose that love. We do these nice projects, but we don't maintain. You know, we do this nice groundbreaking, but we don't maintain. Manage what you have, or you're going to lose it. So, this welcome to St. Martin, missing the head. We just need to fix. This is a communication where we are speaking with the IMA, also with the publication board, also with government, that it all works together because it's a joint venture. That's why we have the public here today, because we want everybody input. Clem La Vega Square. A powerful name from a powerful person, but we lose our love. You know, the square, if I didn't do this project, you have 2 fountains in the square. I didn't know. So we just want, what we have, we want to fix before we do start spending money crazy. You know, let's fix what we have right now. For example, a little painting, the parking area, fix up the planters, get some street lights, and this is a communication I'm having with Sonny for IMA and also with the publication board that they want to speak with the banks from Wayne Island Bank to get small funding to just enhance it a little bit, make it look, so you don't have an eyesore. We have a lot of eyesores in Philipsburg, which is a tourist destination. Another area is in front of the square, in front of the courthouse. This is with communication with the IMA, with the publication board, and with TIAC, that we want to bring up the place. You know how right now we're in a social media world? I think social media kind of running the place. I think we should it's good to have these type of communication one-on-one, but when you enhance this area of Philipsburg, people could take pictures, put it on TikTok, social. Where's this? With all these umbrellas, and then in the backdrop, you have the tourist ships in the back. Small little cosmetics can make a big difference. And the thing is, we know we're in a hurricane zone, so we're gonna have it up throughout the whole. It could be seasonal. Certain times it could be up and then take it down. These are all ideas of areas we want to beautify. Another area is, because I'm speaking a lot about beautification, but if you don't have no greenery, you don't have no life. My mother is a planter woman, she be planting every day, so I always say you need to have some plants to bring life into your place. So this is a option or a proposal to have, because I know the marketplace, that's a different discussion. The marketplace is being removed, so we see behind the courthouse, we could have a little park, a little fountain, a little greenery where people come and sit down, cool out. I remember back in the day when I was going to Angela School, I used to go Old Street and put money, quartz down in the fountain. So this is an area we could enhance, have nice greenery to bring back some life into Philipsburg. So other options, what I want to propose is, for example, to me the three main areas to Philipsburg is by the Prince Bernard Bridge, coming down from Great Bay, by the old Great Bay Hotel, and also from Sundial School. So in those particular areas, what we propose is to have these high towers, LED lighting showing, welcome to Philipsburg. It could be commercial lighting showing events. This Wednesday we have free food for local food, for example. We just have a lot of commercial events showing on these LED lights. Now bear in mind, I would have to measure these carnival trucks, check the GB generator, so when we have passing through, everything is not to calculation. Again, Pond Phil, carnival area, election time, the place has been lined up with all kind of pictures, lined up, but then besides that, it's dead. So it's a main area into town. We could do something simple. Put lighting, put banners, have commercial. When you have events, you could change the banners. Simple things. And I know everybody is asking me, Van Putten, when does it get done? When does it get done? When does it get done? Is the ink get done? No, but we have certain things here could be done in a few months, before the end of the year. Simple, small thing. But again, before we reach that far, we have to go over budget. We have to see what's possible to get a place moving. Alleys. This which I took yesterday. Alleys. We're trying to avoid too much parking in the alleys. Now the alleys, you can stand up from one alley by Canigita Drive, and you can see straight through, going right back to the boardwalk. But sometimes we have so many cars park up. So if a tourist comes, you see this in the alley, you don't have no signage. So we're trying to clear up the alleys to make it more freely for pedestrians, for tourists, for people to walk through. This is something that a volunteer did in the meantime. Your name?
Melanie Schwazi.
Okay, see? So I had to come, but I didn't come, but I had to put it inside because it's beautiful. Just painting, little volunteer, and the place is alive. And I sure bet these things cost a bunch of money to do this. It did. Well, now I know. I had to come to see for myself. But the point I'm trying to make is, with love, for your island, for your place, you could do small things and look at it today. So small things can be done to enhance the place, to make it look, make it come alive. I take like 3 pictures there. Okay, it looks so nice. It's the same thing I was just saying, parking. We're looking for future. I mean, I know the minister, she explained to me that in the future we can do a couple of pilot projects that to avoid so many parking into town, because a lot of these scooter guys and biker boys, because they have so many parking, so many driving going through town. It's so easy to come in and out. So if you avoid parking, too much parking and drive, you have more safety into town. Okay, now we get into some lighting ideas. So earlier you heard me speak about lighting because the place is very dark. Because if you come town after 6 o'clock, just take a walk through town. Everywhere is closed. The only thing is open at night is what? Casinos. I remember as a young boy, they used to say that casinos for the tourists, but I'm gonna tell you this. When you go in there, you see your mother, your father, your sister, your aunt, your cousins, your friends, your grandmother. You ain't see no tourists 10, 11 o'clock at night in the casinos. So we need to light up Philipsburg with all lighting, bring up lights. So when we have the new hotel, the tourists again feel comfortable, light up. You can have the stores, the restaurants, everything open. You feel more comfortable, you feel more at home. Again, I was in Colombia, Santo Domingo, and these places, 10, 11 o'clock, you don't know what time it is. You don't know what time it is. The place is so bright. So we're really trying to light up Philipsburg and take some of the action down Simpson Bay. I don't like driving on the hill all over the time. No, nothing offend whoever live over the hill. I just say we're trying to bring back life into Philipsburg. Now, in the alleys, in the same alley areas, in certain particular alleys, for example, you could do one by the church, by Horizon View, have some alleys that showing direction, maybe paint the bricks a little bit, that you could, people feel comfortable, and it brings put signage, so you feel like, what's going on here? You can be interested to see what's down the road because the whole place is illuminated with light, with painting on the ground. And the next thing we talk about is garbage bins. I know garbage bins is a different conversation, but it's in the same idea. Another contractor won the bid for the garbage. I did a data control because today in town, some tourists just go into the stores to ask where should I throw away this? Because we don't have enough garbage men throughout Philipsburg. Benches. I know right now, since I think 2 years now, they have a lot of these concrete benches, and I mean, they ain't painted, a lot of them broken. They just move, some people just move them specifically to block traffic. So we look into different ideas of different type of benches to place throughout Philipsburg in specific locations. And so we're still in the idea phase and see which one is more comfortable. Some will be fastened to the ground, that they can be moved and move around as they wish. Signboards, very important. For example, if a tourist coming from the Future Planet in Hollywood, where is the restaurants? Where is the beach? So you need signage directing people where to go. So signboards directing in the alleys will be sense of direction of going which direction is the hotels, where's the restaurant, where's the bar. So once you have a good signage system directing people, lights, safety, signage, direction, events, Philipsburg back in business. And coming to parking. Next, greenery. I have green fingers. I like to plant. So we have a lot of the palm trees I'm going to talk about later that grow a little too tall. Not too tall, but because the roots get so big in the sidewalks, when tourists is walking, they trip up. So some of the palm trees would have to be removed, and we're thinking on different ideas to put some flower pots, some garden areas in specific locations, and check all of the palm trees that's too big to remove them and maybe have some smaller ones. Palm trees. So that's what just speaking about the palm trees. I mean, in the main square area, they have some palm trees that need to be replaced, removed since the hurricane time. So again, we counting the big ones, the short ones to see where specific ones that we're going to use. Moving forward, we're talking about digital mapping. I know that in the conversation with Tia, they told me they're already, some of what I'm speaking about is already in place, is being worked on, but it's not finalized. Mapping, for example, you have a digital map. Tourists will come and see, okay, the restaurants on Front Street, okay, the shopping areas is on back streets, okay, the bars is in the corner. And then you can also see, okay, the harbor is in that way. You have a tour going to Marigo. So you have a digital map. When I was in Brazil, they had a map. You go, you could take a picture, it's on the internet, and send it to yourself, and you could really see everything going on right there. So it's really good that we get the digital map system on St. Martin, in Philipsburg, in different specific areas. So when a tourist walking down from Great Bay, and he don't know, he see a map, he say, okay, you are here now, 2 down the block is a restaurant. In the corner is the bars. I know this, the minister, she spoke about a lot, is have some music. So we're trying to get some speakers throughout Philipsburg in different locations, have some soft music playing in case if it's an emergency or event, it could be broadcast throughout the area to have some soft music playing throughout town. Yeah. Very important, Wi-Fi. I say that because my father's a taxi driver, 78, and he had Wi-Fi in his bus, because when these tourists come from the ship, they first thing, they want to take a picture, or they need internet to tell their friends to video talk, so we need Wi-Fi in specific locations throughout Philipsburg. So not all the time our tourists have to run inside a jewelry store. Can you give me Wi-Fi, please? You just have a Wi-Fi sign here on the front street, on the corner, have Wi-Fi. So you really want to get Wi-Fi spots and zones throughout Philipsburg so people feel comfortable. Also, it's culture. We want some arts. I know the art places in town. So I know St. Martin is, I just call it a soup. We could use mixed culture from all over the world, like a sancocho, mix up. But that's who we are, you understand? So we try still back to have some of our local culture, also different culture, also have some artworks throughout in specific location, so you could showcase, so people, because I have a lot of artists throughout, but we don't know. We don't know who these artists are. They put stuff on Facebook, but for example, every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, you have an art gallery in town and Front Street. People know about it, so people come and see. So once you have these events with arts, and so people show maybe the clothing or singing, people feel comfortable. Yeah. All right, children. From you have an area for children, you can have the mother come in, you can have the father come in, you can have girlfriend come in, you can have everybody can come. So we need something for the children. Because we're speaking about all the beautification, all these nice things, but the children are the future. The children are the future. So if we have a nice playground area, sand on the beach area is real nice to bring the kids back. We have the Sundial School in town, but maybe they have a fun day. Maybe Thursday, from maybe 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock is fun day, and you have free ice cream, Coney Island, small things in town to really bring the kids back into town to bring more happiness. I love St. Martin sign. Another social media we could use on the boardwalk. People could take a nice picture in specific locations. Just small, simple things go and do a lot. And people don't realize that. You don't need no big money. I always say, all you need is a good idea and somebody to hear you. And if they hear you, you can make your idea come alive. Woo! My belly hurting me. I'm going to go run inside the boat chance. And can you use the bathroom, please? We have a problem. We have a problem on Philipsburg with bathrooms. We need more bathrooms. They have a lot of LED walking through town. They can run to the casino to use the bathroom. I used to run inside of Burger King to use the bathroom at McDonald's. I used to run in stores to use the bathroom. So we need specific areas and locations throughout. The ones where they have so far, I know they have a water plants. They have it behind the courthouse and also by the substation on the boardwalk. But we need more throughout Philipsburg. So people, when residents, tourists, you have public bathroom we could use. And then we have to keep them clean. We got to maintain. That's our problem. This ain't about beautification alone. This is about maintaining what we have so we don't lose what we have. Beautification of our roundabouts. This is another conversation I'm doing on the next pilot project with the Prime Minister in conjunction with TIAC to beautify our roundabouts. Because if we have nice roundabouts, we could have our flags, LED lighting, because once you have a flag, you have to have it lit up. So we want to have the roundabouts actually beautified. So when you come, you have the salt pickers, you have certain roundabouts to have LED lighting, flags. So this is something we are in discussion. Hopefully we get these nice ideas approved that could come very in the near future. Public entertainment. Like again, I was saying on Fridays, maybe Saturdays, we have some of these stages, maybe 1 or 2 drop on the boardwalk, 1 drop more higher down by water plants that people could showcase their culture, could talk, could sing, have events maybe on the same broadcast. They're showing to have an event area, and these things would bring life. I would want to come on a Thursday afternoon if we can have locals singing or locals dancing or culture night. If we have certain stages throughout Philipsburg, it would really bring happiness, bring people together, and you will have fun. This was just explaining about events, because beautification is nice, but if you don't have small, simple events on specific days to bring back people into town, Friday nights, Thursday, Sundays with no touristship, have small events, like I just said on the front side on Tuesdays, it would bring people to town. All right, we're coming to the closure, but we still are going to give you some project proposals on one of the most important things I was speaking about: maintaining. City manager responsibilities. Okay, who ain't throw the garbage on time? Who leave the garbage out there? Need to get a fine. Okay, who we need to, okay, Bulchan's building have some, it's dirty, you need to paint. Okay, the garbage, so that the city manager will have the responsibility to manage, to do his checks and balances, to see that everything is up to par. So his job is to check the garbage, check control, check park, and then when you have complaints, you can say, oh, I'm going to tell the government, no, just go to the city manager office, make a complaint, he make it to his note, and then he move forward. So I was saying, I mean, I do constructions. I had a lot of, I know Planet Hollywood, I know it's 100%, but I'm hearing in October, I think they won the court case. That will be coming down very soon. So this is just showing that once we have a nice hotel back in town, you can bring back more culture, you can bring back more environment, you can bring more entertainment into town. So I know one of Mr. Heiliger, Theo, the minister's husband, dream is to continue the boardwalk. So if we continue the boardwalk it starts from water plants and you bring it straight to Hollywood, we have the option to walk on Great Bay, or we have the option to walk from Planet Hollywood straight down straight down from town, from Great Bay, straight into town. I know it's a project that we have to speak to a lot of the residents and the locals who have land, but I believe it's there. We have the beach. Let's try to make it a dream. Let's make it, I walk with my cup to show you, stop dreaming and start doing. Moving forward, this is Eric DeFries and I think Bobby down by the end of town, the Diamond Plaza building. This is coming up very soon. They already start construction. In the area. They're really going to uplift the area, and you're going to see moving forward what we're talking about. So this area is on the head of town by Greenhouse area, next to Oracle Bank. They're busy right now renovating the building, uplifting the building to actually beautify that whole section. So we're going to have on one end, Diamond Plaza, hopefully, on the other end, Planet Hollywood, and in the middle, we got the lights, we got the security, we have safety, we're gonna fix those bricks, because I know these girls like to wear the high heels and they can't walk in town because all of these holes in town, we need to. Another thing I just think about is these bricks. I mean, every year, I know Carnival, they'll be fixing Front Street. But in the near future, I spoke to the minister already, and with Invrumi, because we're trying to work together. We don't want no 1 minute you know something, the other minute you know nothing. We're going to sit on the table with Vrumi, so we have any bottleneck with the market plan, with the marketplace. We can iron out all these situations. Because in life, in relationship, communication. That's all it is. None of this social media fighting. Let's sit on the table. Let's talk. What's the problem? What's the bottlenecks? And we iron out everything so we don't have we're waiting for this ministry, waiting for that. Sit down, find out what the situation, let's move forward. So these are some renderings. That's what they want to do in the Diamond Plaza beautification. So they're going to want to enhance the area, fix up the marina, and bring more luxury on that end, and also bring it more inviting. These are just renderings that they're planned, and they're busy working right now. Anytime you pass, you hear a bunch of jackhammers, so they're working smart. They're working from the inside to the outside. So they're doing all the interior work right now, and then afterwards, they're going to start on the exterior works. These are, again, just the beautification area. So this is on the boardwalk side, They want to really uplift the area. So, you know, we have plans. Philipsburg is getting back life. It's really getting back life. But again, just with good communication, good collaboration from all ministries, this is why we have in the public. When I finish the presentation, you say, if I'm putting with this foolishness, just tell me. I'm ready for all of your questions. I pray before I come. This is an idea that speaking to numerous stakeholders, with locals, with areas, it's just an idea that we want to get a bus station, a sky tower into Philipsburg to avoid all these buses just stopping in the road, left, right, and center, got traffic hold up through Front Street, Back Street. Come on, man. Anywhere around the world, they have a main bus station that people, you go here, we meet all the buses here, and then we go. This will avoid so much traffic going through town. So the area, again, this is the idea. The area, what I'm thinking about, but we in communication with the minister because they already had plans for other areas. So we should know a vision. Right now it's about vision and thinking on master planning. Some things going to change. Some things going to start now, but you know we have to put budget in place and communication. So for this bus station, the area, what I'm thinking about is the old post office area and the government building. That whole section could be the main bus station. We can have bus station downstairs, have some commercial space down there that you could rent out. Government could get income. You can have some stores, and it's a main hub area for Philipsburg. So the first floor, bus station. Try see my vision. You know, the first floor is the bus station commercial space. The second floor, I would have parking and office space. So you could park in the back, for example, park in the back, park your kind of area, and then walk to your office. And also, on the third floor, I'll have residential space, have Airbnb, be a mini hotel that rather than government paying all these hotels a bunch of money for people to stay, when you have the consultants coming from Holland, they could stay right in their very own town into their own government space. On the fourth level, I call it the bus station sky tower. On the fourth level, we have a gym because not everybody want to get in shape. I just do 30 pounds. So everybody want to get in shape, so you have a nice gym facing the pond field. So people, you know, when you're on a treadmill, they could watch people driving across. And then you would have government workers, you would have banks, Nagico, all those people in those areas would go to that gym. Now again, we have parking situation, parking. So based on my data, we're still finalizing. Maybe we want to do 500 or 600 parking in this area on the 5th and 6th and 7th floor. Because I know the thing about parking been going around for years about parking. I know in the back by Holland House in the back, they spend $250 a month for one car to park. So if government, for example, try to see my train of thought. For example, $50,000, and they're trying to put money in the government pocket, eh? $50,000, you do a long lease, maybe for 60 years, and you do 100 parking. Who can rent them? Who can buy? Win Island Bank can take 25. Nagico can take 25. Republic can pick 25. 100 gone, that's $5 million. So just ideas are thrown out there to get money in the government pocket and also to help the situation with parking. For the top area, this is our idea. For the rooftop, we have nice 2-4 maybe nice restaurants that we could rent out. I know they rent in restaurants, it's maybe $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month, and they rent in. So if you do on the top sky tower, you can see the whole of town, you can see the ships, you can see the hills. Rent them out. Government-owned bus station, sky tower, restaurant, hotel, gym, parking lot area. What are you bringing into Philipsburg? You're bringing to life. You're bringing parking. You're bringing culture. You're bringing class, luxury. This is what Philipsburg needs.